can you start off with like what grief means to you and how handling grief in the, I'm going to say the most mature way possible, in the healthiest way possible is so important for our overall health?
Yeah, wonderful. And I love the way you framed all that. So, grief is love. That's what it
Mm,
is. It's another aspect of love.
mm,
And the more we grieve, the more we've loved. And we can't
mm.
have one without the other.
Yeah.
But we are domesticated in a grief phobic, messy, emotions averse society. And
Mm,
so it's like emotional physics, right? Whatever we push down and we hide and we numb with all of the different ways that we do that: food, alcohol, drugs, sex, shopping, workaholism, all the things that we humans do to avoid our pain. The more we do that, again, coming back to this idea of emotional physics, what doesn't come out one way will come out another way.
oh, that's so well said.
Right. And
Yeah.
emotions are energy. That's what they are. They're also information.
Yeah.
And so I became fascinated by this particular emotion because my therapist says something great, and it's in the book. She says, when the grief train pulls into the station, it brings all the cars.
I love that. I saw that in the book. I love that. I was like, oh yeah, that's true.
This is a
Yeah,
lot, right? And
it's a
it's
lot.
not just, the current grief you may be experiencing. And let's talk about what that could look like. It could be, as you said, the loss of an identity, the loss of your
Yeah.
former sense of self, the loss of a loved one. It could be the loss of a job. It could be a miscarriage. It could be, you found out that your partner is cheating and you're just distraught. There's losses happen. They come in all shapes and sizes each and every day. And none of us can avoid them, right? I mean, we can't protect ourselves from them. We can try, but we know
Mhm.
what happens when we do. It's really not good for our emotional health. And then, of course, our physical health, because they're so interconnected. And
Yeah.
for me, I knew that I had to do this work because back in 2016, it was all coming together for me. There was a time where I could no longer run. So I was approaching my 20-year anniversary of living with stage 4 cancer,
Yeah.
right? So I've had a
Which is
lot of
big.
experience with
Yeah.
grief, losing former sense of self, healthy person,
Mm.
but on paper, right? And not really understanding the emotional impact of that. But
Mhm.
then also we're going through a global pandemic. My father is dying, my business is struggling. And it was this zeitgeist where I said,
Mm.
okay, I can't run anymore. I have to stop and face this and find a way through it. And that's when the journey to writing this book and doing this work began.